A Boy's Interesting Weekend. Tom lived in the small village of St. Petersburg with his Aunt Polly, his brother Sid, and his sister Mary. The summer evenings were long, and in the evenings Tom liked walking around the village or swimming in the river. One Saturday, his Aunt Polly wanted him to work. She knows that Tom hates work, but she thought he must do it. He must paint the fence. Saturday morning was beautiful and sunny. It was summer and the world was happy. Tom sat in front of the fence and looked at it. It was 30 yards long and 9 feet high. He was very unhappy. It's Saturday and I must paint this long fence. All my friends will laugh at me, he thought. He put his long brush in the white paint and started painting. He stopped and looked at his work. Then he continued painting. After a few minutes, he had a great idea. He continued painting the fence. He saw his friend Ben Rogers in the street. Ben had an apple in his hand. He came to look at the fence. "You're working for your aunt," said Ben. Tom said nothing. He continued painting. "I'm going swimming, but you can't come with me. You're working," said Ben. "Do you call this work?" asked Tom. "Of course it's work. You're painting a fence," said Ben. "Maybe it's work, but maybe it isn't. I like it," said Tom. "I can swim every day, but I can't paint a fence every day." Ben watched Tom. He painted slowly and carefully. He often stopped and moved back from the fence. He looked at his work and smiled. Ben was suddenly interested in the fence and said, "Let me paint a little, Tom." Tom thought for a moment. "I'm sorry, Ben," Tom said. "Aunt Polly wants me to do it because I'm very good at painting. My brother Sid wanted to do it, but he's not good at painting." "Oh, please, Tom. Please, can I paint? I'm good at painting too. Here, you can have some of my apple." "No, Ben, I can't." "Then take all of my apple." Tom was happy, but he did not smile. He gave Ben the brush and sat down to eat the apple. Tom's other friends came by. At first, they laughed at him, but soon they all wanted to paint the fence. Billy Fisher gave Tom a kite, and Johnny Miller brought him a dead rat. His other friends gave him an old knife, a cat with one eye, an old blue bottle, an old key, and other interesting things. His friends painted the fence, and Tom now had a lot of interesting things. He went back home. "Aunt Polly, can I go to play now?" When Aunt Polly saw the beautiful white fence, she was very happy. She gave Tom a big apple and said, "Yes, go and play, but don't come home late." The next day was Sunday. Tom wore his clean Sunday clothes. He hated this. Tom, Sid, and Mary always went to Sunday school on Sunday morning. But Tom was not a good student, and he never listened to the teacher. After Sunday school, Tom and his family went to church. This Sunday, he had a big black beetle in his pocket. When the Reverend started speaking, Tom took the black beetle out of his pocket. He put it on the floor. There was a little dog in the church. It saw the beetle and wanted to play with it. Suddenly, the beetle bit the dog's nose. The little dog barked, and everyone looked at it. It jumped and ran after the black beetle. It ran all about the church, barking and making a lot of noise. The people in the church laughed silently. Their faces were red. The Reverend continued talking, but no one listened to him. Tom was happy because he had an interesting morning in church.